There's so much insane news going on right now. Guys, hit the like and comment. This is actually insane. Like, I'm getting overwhelmed. I started this channel probably, I mean, I had a good time because a lot of stuff's going down, but it's hard to keep up. XRP total supply is really 100 billion. Of course, 35 billion locked away, so all market caps use 65 billion, X last traded price, yet Bitcoin uses total coins mined to figure out supply. But this is wrong. Blah, blah, blah. The reason why Bitcoin uses total coins mined is because those coins can be liquidated at any moment's notice. So are you implying that Ripple can liquidate their entire escrow and that we should assume it's possible? David Schwartz from GuitarJams.com. Ripple could sell the rights to receive the tokens released from escrow or even sell the accounts the escrows complete into. But the XRP still can't circulate until their release dates. I mean, DAI chiming in with the correct question or statement, like pre-allocated XRP contracts. I would have put a question mark. He's like led the movement, dude. He's like one of the key guys. There's a lot of guys who lead the movement, but DAI is the man. But it's looking that way. It's looking that way. I don't think you really have to be not Ocean's 11. What's the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and he's a rocket scientist? What is that? Fiery Sky? Hell Fury Sky? Some bullshit. Seems like you don't gotta be that level of smart to pick up what Ripple's putting down. But that's just me. Just some random guy.
Yeah, that's right. You're some random guy. You're no fucking expert.
Yet again, doesn't mean it's all 100% wish-wash clean, because nothing in the world ever is. There's a billion shades of gray. There's good guys, there's bad guys. But if we're in this to make money, this could be such a sad video, dude. We cut years later and it's zero. I really don't think so. Maybe it's delusion or just because I think we know what we hold. Hashtag not financial advice. But that escrow, the DAI again. The XRP Ripple controls in escrow have been used to beat them over the head by the entire crypto industry for a decade. The ultimate power move would be to allow them to think that and then one day let the world know it is optioned by other institutions and or governments, literally getting the Ripple is centralized argument in one announcement. Lock in. The problem with that argument, though, that they're still going to poke holes into, if they announce that, they're going to be like, see, it is CBDC government control. They were in bed with them from the beginning, which is like, we've always known that. That's why we've kind of like followed Ripple since 2017 and that, like, you look at how you do things, and you do things by the book. You get in cozy with the right people, and that's how you make moves in the end. Oh, I would love that, though. There's nothing any of us XRP holders would love more than for that news to finally come out, because you know they're sitting on one more big balls drop announcement. I'm telling you, after seeing that Citi and Coinbase announcement, I feel like they got to come out with some juicy. We are approaching that deadline. Most likely get delayed or declined. Even the possibility of them getting declined the bank license, but it just seems like that's what needs to happen. There can always be some more shakeouts. Fed's cutting rates in a couple of hours. A lot of things on the horizon. The XRP ETFs. Solana was seeing some good inflow activity yesterday. There's a CME thing letting us know how the CME group new record volume set on October 27. A couple of days ago. 9.9k XRP and micro XRP futures contracted, 15.6k SOL. That's 3 billion in notional. Explore regulated crypto futures. Dude, they're breaking records every time we look at them. Hey, even good for SOL. You know what? I give credit where credit is due. Good on SOL for 15.6. I wonder if that hype's it's kind of insiders maybe knowing that, because they tried to drop the SOL ETF getting approved. They dropped it the night of. So I don't know, maybe there was some more excited movement because they caught wind. Maybe, who knows? What else we got? Just in, Canada got a 25 base point rate cut. USA, your turn, I hope. Just in, Nvidia has a larger market cap than all US and Canadian banks combined. How much money is that guy? I don't even know the CEO's name. At Davos 2022, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse discussed crypto tokens that are solving real-world problems in response to comments made by Christine Lagarde. Garlinghouse highlighted how the XRP token can be used for cross-border payments faster and cheaper than banks. Let's see what Brad has to say on the matter.
But I do think, and I've spoken to Christine Lagarde personally, and I think we need to stop measuring it just by what's going on with the overall value and how are these assets being used to solve real world problems. And I think time and time again, we're seeing more and more real use cases solving real scaled problems where blockchain technologies can reduce friction measured by cost and speed in a way that I think improves the overall economy.
Does the fact that these 19,000 cryptocurrencies have been largely used as speculative assets?
Yes, no shit. Dude, I hate the way they talk. I don't know if they're intentionally being like that. Yes, but because all of them have been. Yo, what's the price before my camera dies? $264. It's very odd today because the entire market is down a couple of percentage, and then but literally all in the sea of red. XRP not up by a lot, but it's up by like 0.5% or 1%. Give or take. And it's a weird sight seeing everything red except Tether and XRP on my thing. But it's, I mean, that's the market. It's not just catered to me. It's the top however many. Yeah, just that logic though. Yes, but they're all bad. All right, dude, like you could say that about websites. Or you could say that about companies. There's a million fucking like computer companies, whatever. But then there's like one Google, one Apple.
Do damage to the underlying case that you're arguing for?
I think absolutely yes. And it's frustrating. You know, I said when there were about 2,000, so as you said correctly, there's about 19,000 today. When there were about 2,000, I got some heat from the crypto market by saying that something like 99% of them I thought would go to zero.
Well, they will.
And that wasn't a popular statement suggesting that only 20 would be around. Well, now you have 19,000. You know, my prediction, at least for now, has been moved the wrong direction. But, you know, there are some tokens out there that I think are focused on solving a problem. And those are ones that I can see being used in the future. And we could give a number of different examples. Some of them are present here in Davos. But there's also ones that I look at, I hear the description, and I don't get it. And I think there is risk, as Christine Lagarde commented. They are speculative, they are risky.
But she's working with Ripple.
But that doesn't mean there isn't real opportunity.
Right, I find this conversation refreshing. We've spoken to so many crypto experts out there who know nothing about this and who just want the gamification of it. They just want to encourage people into various Ponzi schemes. I hear what you're saying. We're great fans of what blockchain technology can do. But just to categorically say, you think most of these products are just going to disappear and investors are going to lose their money over the coming years?
I think there's a high risk that, well, certainly when you say most, meaning more than 50%, I think there's a high risk that most of this...
Now. How many fiat currencies in the world are there? About 180?
Look, there is clearly examples where these can be used. What Ripple is doing with our digital asset that we use in our technology stack called XRP is solving a cross-border payments problem. And that cross-border payments problem we all have experienced. When you're moving money cross borders, it is slow and it is typically...
Brad is the fad. Okay, I saw this. I don't know if this is true. What you don't read, Solana had to write a $25 million check with $25 million in liquidity stimulus for only a 6-month exclusive. This is in response to Western Union launching a stablecoin on Solana in 2026. Camilla says, it's tempting for legacy orgs to de-risk their proof of concept with the big check, but they'll regret it when their chosen blockchain goes down and millions of payments are offline. That's what it seems like, dude. I mean, like... I think it serves its purpose, but it's... You can look at the track record of these blockchains, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Do any of us know? Let's be for real here. Only God knows. No, I don't know. Many of you have asked for my thoughts on Western Union X Solana announcements, so here they are. Let's listen. Billions are cool, but trillions are cooler. That's what I think too. While Western Union handles billions of dollars each year, Ripple is on its way to handling trillions of dollars each year. Serving different purposes, bro. There's different leagues to this shit. What do I mean? In the past year, Ripple has acquired Hidden Road, which clears $3 trillion annually, G Treasury, which powers trillions of dollars in annual payment volumes across 160 countries. I think theirs was recorded at about 12, if I'm not mistaken, 12 trillion. Could be more. Rail, which is responsible for 10% of all stablecoin-based payment activity globally, and XRP sits at the center of all of it. Because Ripple has acquired these companies, they have full control over bringing their trillions onto the XRP ledger versus partnerships that can end at any time. Don't lose sight of the forest and the trees. Trillions, not billions. That's what I was just talking about in one of the last videos. They're acquiring, dude, they're acquiring the businesses that need the technology. And that's like, they just, I don't know, man. There's a bottleneck theory someone made that I gotta find. Something about like the way they're placing their acquisitions is kind of like a funnel, essentially, and like whether you like it or not, you got to go through us, guys. I'm gonna move this on over into the Patreon. Got a bunch more stories to cover. This one, I really want to deep dive this promotional video they just did for Ripple to Swell 2025, showcasing all the people that are important: Citi, Franklin, JP, Fidelity, White House, all of it. I just want to, we'll check that out. We got a couple of more. Looking like the market is ready to prime, dude. And we are set up perfectly for that November timeframe. There's going to be more stories. If you want to support the channel, become part of the Minutemen. You can do that by becoming a Patreon, linked in the description below. Supports the channel. And that's it. Hit that like, subscribe, comment. I will see you over on the Patreon. Let's go. Dude, I'm hyped, dude. This is getting crazy.